Hey everyone, Igor is here, and today I'm going to show you how data access policies and LDAP integration work in KubeCloud. So here I've got my KubeCloud deployment with just a couple of cubes in the data model. Let's browse the orders cube. As you can see, it has a number of dimensions and measures, but most importantly, it has the access policy definition right here. As you can see, it provides non-restricted access to users with a leadership role. At the same time, it configures certain member level and role level rules for users with the manager role that are based in their EMEA region. Let's also take a look at the configuration file. As you can see, we have a number of security contexts right here. We'll need them just in a second, so we can check how data access policies apply to users with different roles and locations. We also have the new context to roles configuration option here that makes the roles from the security context available to data access policies. It essentially maps the security context into a list of roles. Okay. Now it's time to go to Playground and run a query. First, let's make sure that we have the security context for the user with the leadership role selected. As you can see, almost all members of this orders queue are available to this user. This is exactly in line with the data access policies that we've just observed. We should have no issue running a query. Alright, that's a lot of orders. If we now switch the security context to the one for the Andorra-based user and rerun the query, we'll observe some changes. First, as you can see, much less members are available to this user. Second, there are no results. There's actually no magic here. If we browse the generated SQL, we'll see that there is this row level filter that was pushed down to the upstream data source. And apparently Andorra is too small and there are no orders that comes from users of this country. Now, if we switch the security context to the one for a manager from the Netherlands, we'll see a different picture. So I rerun the query once again, and we do see some results despite this same row level filter is present in the generated query. Well, apparently more people live in the Netherlands and they make more orders. Now, let's see how KubeCloud authentication integration works. It is already enabled in the settings of this deployment. With this, we don't really need this custom implementation of context to roles anymore, so I can safely comment it out. And to demonstrate how KubeCloud authentication integration works, I will be connecting to Kube through its SQL API. I can grab the credentials right here, and I'm just pasting them in the terminal. As you can see, I am connecting with the built-in default Kube user. If I try to browse the tables right now, I'll find no tables. This is exactly because the default Kube user has no roles and there are no data access policies that make any cubes available to this user. Let's start afresh. So I will be now connecting with my own user, igor@cube.dev. So I'm gonna grab the credentials once again, and I'll need to change the username right here. And I also need to grab my password from the password manager. If I browse the available tables right now, we'll see that the orders table is available, we can even run a query. Looks correct. If we now go to the query history and check the SQL API request that we've just ran, we'll see something really interesting in the security context. So first of all, here are the roles that KubeCloud Authentication integration provided for my user. These are the roles that are configured in the members section of the team and security configuration in the KubeCloud account. However, there is something else. Let's talk about the LDAP integration. As we look at this security context, we see that the LDAP integration is enabled. Indeed, in the team and security section, we do have the LDAP integration in this KubeCloud account configured. So here are their settings, and in this case, this is the secure LDAP service in Google Workspace. So as you can see, there are user attributes right here that come from the LDAP catalog, and they include my full name. And if we have roles, groups, and permissions in the LDAP catalog, they will be loaded by the LDAP integration, and you'll be able to leverage them in your data access policies. All right, let's sum this up. You can define flexible role-based data access policies in your Cube and View files. You can use the KubeCloud Authentication integration to supercharge Cube's authentication mechanisms with KubeCloud capabilities, including the case when you load user attributes and permissions from your LDAP catalog. I hope this is useful for your use cases, and you enjoy that KubeCloud now has these features. Thank you.